Hi and hello my dear friends. Welcome back to My Cakes and More, where my cakes are also yours and more. Well, today my dear friends, I won't be sharing with you a new baking nor cooking episode. Instead, I'm going to share something new. Wow! I will be sharing with you my journey in achieving 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube in just over 2 months. Well, others might find it so simple to achieve this figure of 1,000 subscribers in just a couple of weeks or even days for some. But well, this is based purely on my experience here on YouTube, which I believe will also be of help to first-timers or starters like me. So, my journey here on YouTube started when I first uploaded my video on 24th of May 2020. And that was also with the constant prodding, encouragement, or even I would say pushing of one dear old friend, Mr. Bradford Villamar, who is currently based in Madrid, Spain, and finally settled with his family. And he also owns a particular channel. So shout out to my dear good friend, Mr. Bradford Villamar, BLDG Productions. Thank you so much, for without your constant help and pushing, I would not achieve this 1,000 in just over 2 months. So my dear friends, well, there are also of course frustrations, there are struggles along the way and disappointments which somehow left me at a point where I have to decide either to continue the race or just quit. Well, at the beginning, it was full of joys, it was full of happiness, it was full of motivation and pushing. Well, you will always find it fulfilling and satisfying to achieve your first 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube in order for you to satisfy one of its requirements for you to be part of their YouTube partner program. Not to mention the 4,000 public watch hours which you also have to achieve within a span of a year. So, coupled with the joys, the happiness, the fulfillment and satisfaction that you achieve, there will also be frustrations and disappointments along the way. But all you just have to do is just continue the race, move forward, even you go step by step or little by little, but at least you are moving forward and never ever quit. Because as we all know, you will never ever win and reach your final goal. Others say that you may rest, you may pause a while, but never quit. Once you believe that you have regained the necessary strength to push forward and move on, then continue the race with little tiny steps. But always remember that you are looking forward. Well, allow me to share with you some of the frustrations and disappointments which I personally experienced. Well, initially, you would receive overwhelming subscriptions from, you wouldn't know, friends, from mere acquaintances, or even from virtual friends from your social media platforms, which later on you would observe that they have either retracted or withdrawn their subscriptions. Sounds frustrating, isn't it? I personally experienced it, but anyhow, I would say that they were the ones, or they were part of the reasons which pushed me to gain the 1,000 subscribers which I currently have. And by doing so, it helped me gain the courage, the determination most especially, and the push to keep moving and going forward. And I would like to thank those who had withdrawn and retracted their subscriptions, because they are the ones who really pushed me forward. I would say that life is not simply a smooth sailing adventure. You would experience the rough waves, the disturbance of the sea, the wind that blows strong, that almost tries to toss your boat. But then, you would always gain the courage and the determination to keep hold of the steering wheel and head towards your destination. Before I start, I would like to let you know that it is too difficult to juggle more than one ball in your hands. I work for a particular company here in Oman. I am a father to 2 children. I am husband to my lovely wife. I am a friend to my colleagues. I am a brother in Christ to my fellow churchmates. Aside from being a part-time vlogger. Well, I would say that vlogging has come to my line of interest just recently. Though the idea came up a couple of years back. And with the constant motivation and encouragement of my friends who initially, appreciated my works in terms of the food that I prepare, whether it be baked goodies or even cooked stuff, they were the ones who really pushed me to create a particular channel. So, well, I would simply say that this revelation or this testimony is shared to you based on my personal experience. Again, my life story would be different from other vloggers out there, but still, I believe that I will somehow share pieces and bits of encouragement and motivation to other YouTube starters like me. Well, my dear friends, this particular video will also include some tips and suggestions on how you can achieve the first 1,000 subscribers and more to your particular channel. Allow me to be forward yet and kickstart my journey to achieving the first 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel. First tip, or first that I have done, well, these are all again some tips and suggestions that I would love to share you, which I personally have observed and proven to be 100% effective. First, sync all your contacts to your social media platforms which are available. For instance, WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, or even your email. Now, first, for WhatsApp, I advise you guys to use a business account. Well, this is just a piece of advice from my end because as a university senior lecturer in one of the universities here in the Sultanate of Oman, we have always practiced the highest standard of professionalism. We should never ever divulge our personal phone numbers to our students. However, at some point, you wouldn't avoid, getting in touch with your students, especially for some isolated cases wherein certain submissions are required within a certain time limit, so we have to contact them. But personally, I never ever inform them through my personal phone number. It's either I contact them through email, or if I require an immediate response, I communicate with them through my business WhatsApp account, and that I use my Philippine roaming number. In doing so, students will be discouraged from disturbing me, especially when I reach home. Because the moment I reach home, of course, we switch hats. We are no longer an employee, we are no longer a professor, instead we are a family man, a father and a husband. So whenever you use a business account, it is somehow, I would say, there are certain features that are limited, such as you can set the time when students can send you messages and when you can respond. For instance, students send you a reply or a chat beyond 5 in the evening, there would be an automated message that they will receive saying, for instance, Mr. Mike will only be able to respond to your query the moment he gets back to work from 8 a.m. Something to that extent. In doing so, at least you would maintain a certain professional distance with your students. That they are your students within the 4 walls of the classroom, and when you get out of the classroom, what happens in there stays in there. Alright. But for a more professional treatment, then simply drop them a line or two through emails. But even then, first, through WhatsApp, you would have their contacts, isn't it? So that is one. Another, allow me to identify first these social media platforms which I have and which I have used in order to reach my subscribers. Then later on, I will go into detail, alright, to each of these social media platforms. Next is your LinkedIn. They say that LinkedIn is a social media for professionals. They say it's like a Facebook for professionals. Well, I had created my LinkedIn, if I am not mistaken, it's been like a decade now. So it is in here where you get in touch with people of various cultures, of various fields of interests, of different countries, of different nationalities, and it is really and purely professional in treatment. For instance, if you do the casual or the informal way of, hey, what's up? If you say this on Facebook or on, a messenger or chat, this you could hardly say it or do it on LinkedIn. Instead, you would say, hello, how are you? So there is this professional tone and professional approach. And mainly you would be discussing about, professional stuff, issues, share your knowledge about a particular topic, or share about your understanding on a particular news item or clip, or contribute to certain discussions into research and development, and so on and so forth. Another is through your email. So of course, mainly we use emails in the professional field, at work, colleagues, staff, and students alike. So at least you have a record of their email addresses. Also, you would have Facebook. Well, it's very common. Facebook, which is also linked to FB or Facebook Messenger. That's one. And also your Instagram account. And finally, of course, through word of mouth and through mere acquaintances. If you happen to meet a kababayan in a shop, then you could, simply like say, what are you up to? Especially now, quarantine, pandemic. So what do you often do at home? Then until to the point you mention that you are into, personally for me, I'm into home baking and home cooking. I create videos and later on upload them on YouTube. Okay, so that is it for the social media platforms which I have. Again, WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, email, and through word of mouth from acquaintances, family, friends of friends, relatives, so on and so forth. So let's go back. First, WhatsApp. Allow me to share you a tip. Initially, you would initiate a message. Say, for instance, hi and hello, how are you doing? How's things going on with you? I hope you're doing well. Then, wait for the response. If he or she responds, then you're gonna say, of course, normally they would respond and say, hi, Mr. Mike. It's nice to catch you on chat. How are you doing? I'm fine, thank you, they would say. So, in response to their query or question, you would say, well, I'm just at home. I'm doing videos for YouTube, particularly along baking and cooking. So what are you up to? Then they would say, oh, really? I would love to watch your videos. Send me the link. So that is now how you're going to start. Okay? Never, ever immediately drop the link. Expect that they will never, ever respond. Because initially, you have to always follow the foot in the door technique, where you're first going to persuade them, try to, convince them, then later on link it to your main purpose. Alright? So that's the first. Next, Facebook Messenger. Do the same. Okay? But do it in such a way that you are not simply going straight to the point. So of course, try to play around. Of course, the usual greetings will be there, like hi and hello, how are you? Then later on say, won't you mind if you subscribe to my YouTube channel? I am up to it now. I do videos for along baking and cooking. Okay, depends on what's the main content or the main theme of your channel. Then drop them the link. Don't drop the link without them asking. Okay, if at all you've had already a long conversation and he or she hasn't asked you to drop your link, Then observe the roundabout approach. Here is one technique. So first you're going to say, I have a YouTube channel. Won't you mind if I send you the link so you can like, you can comment? Of course, subscribing is the first, followed by then liking, then commenting, then try to exchange, okay? But try to avoid direct conversation or direct language on YouTube, like saying, sub me and I'll sub you. Try to avoid that, no? Try to be indirect. Try to say like, wow, you've got good contents. I like your videos. I would appreciate if you visit mine too. Something to that extent, all right? Then, having done so, or having said so for your YouTube channel on Facebook, now try to go to your Facebook account, refer to the notifications, and there you would see, of course, pages. So you might have been invited to like a particular Facebook page. So here is what you're going to do. Next tip, accept the invitation to liking a particular page, then drop them a direct message through FB Messenger saying, hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for inviting me to like your FB page. I already liked. I would appreciate if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Then drop them your YouTube link. That's it. Next is LinkedIn. Well, as I've said, also do this on LinkedIn in a professional manner. What you've done on Facebook, of course, you're going to observe it or do the same to LinkedIn. For instance, say, hi and hello, how are you, my dear friend? How's everything with you? I hope things are going well, especially in this particular time. Please keep safe always. Regards. Then they will respond. The moment they respond, that is already a catch or a hook for you to, continue a bit of a conversation, maybe like a line or two. Then later on mention that you are into a particular, baking or cooking activity or whatever content you would have. Then send them the link. Do the same for Instagram. For sure you would have followers. And for emails, do the same, if at all. In other words, I'm sharing you this because I tried to maximize all the social media platforms which I have. And finally, through word of mouth from friends, from people whom you meet, because we all know that, of course, because we have a certain goal to achieve, so we'll have then to be friendly or be interpersonal to people, because as if you are like a candidate who is trying to campaign for votes for a particular election. So something to that extent. But make sure that the contents or the videos that you have will be something that people will learn and benefit from. That's another tip. So allow me to expound more on this later on in one of the tips. So we are just yet in the first tip. Second tip. Well, by the time you have started uploading videos, expect that people or subscribers would have started also, of course, viewing your videos. Some would have also liked or put the thumbs up to your video, and some would also have commented. Now, make it a practice or make it a point to always visit your videos at least twice a day. Once in the morning and once when the day ends. So just go back to your comment section to that particular video and see who have responded. And always remember to be courteous, polite, and respectful to your tone. So always remember, my dear friends, to be polite, respectful, and courteous in dealing with your comments. So this is a way of saying thank you to them and that they would enjoy more of the contents that you have. And always try to like or click that heart button to the response. Okay? And try to avoid being mean to them in terms of your language or tone. Well, along the way, we would experience or we would encounter some comments which are not that pleasing. Well, I would suggest that don't dance with their music. Just continue being polite, courteous, and respectful in responding to them. Okay? Because always remember, we are the ones uploading videos and we are trying to please the YouTube community and people, viewers who are on YouTube and off YouTube, I mean those who haven't signed in but just randomly go through videos, they would still count. Okay, YouTube would still count them as viewed minutes or even hours to your videos. Okay, so always remember these 3 points: be courteous, be respectful, and be polite in your comments and your language. Okay, your tone should be pleasing. The purpose of leaving a thank you note or a thank you message is for them to have that good impression of you. So you are trying to leave a good impression of your channel to others, and in doing so increases the chances of liking, sharing, or even increasing the number of views, and finally subscribing. Third tip: keep creating and uploading useful, beneficial, sensible, and appropriate contents, even if the numbers are low. What do I particularly refer to by numbers? Well, in terms of likes or even in terms of views. Well, as the days go by, these numbers will shoot up. They will soar little by little, but at least it is improving. So don't be discouraged. Just keep creating and finally uploading useful, beneficial, sensible, and appropriate videos. Fourth tip: remember to always provide proper and easy tags to your videos. This is for viewers to easily identify and locate your content or videos. Always remember that tags should always be concise and avoid lengthy tags, because in doing so, you may lose the chances of having your videos or contents viewed. One more thing, remember that it is not only your subscribers who get the chance to see your videos or contents. It also includes random viewers, those who are not yet your subscribers. So, in doing so, in preparing or providing an easy and proper tags, will increase the chance of having these random viewers later on subscribe to your particular channel on YouTube. Fifth tip: make sure that your video thumbnails are appropriate, appealing, and catchy. In doing so, you are following the foot in the door technique, where viewers get the chance to have a glimpse of what your entire video or content is. And when they do so, this increases or improves your PWH or public watch hours. Tip number 6. Ensure that your videos or contents are useful and beneficial to viewers. By the time they have finished watching your videos, certain questions would have popped up their minds, such as, what have I benefited from this video? Is this video useful? Is this video worth recommending? These are some of the questions that they should have answered after watching your video. Tip number 7. Always make sure to regularly upload videos. It may be 3 times a week, twice a week, or even weekly. Keep in mind that consistency plays a very vital role for you to achieve your goal. It may be thrice a week, it may be twice or even once a week. Others may do it once a day or daily basis. Well, that is fine. Always make sure that you have a certain goal to achieve by the end of the day. That is to regularly upload sensible contents. Tip number 8. Always remember to provide the 3 S's in titles: short, sharp, and straight to the point titles, because viewers want it short but sharp and catchy titles. Tip number 9. Make sure to use a good video editing software or application. Make sure that it is user-friendly. Well, we've got a long list of available video editing applications through Google Play or even through Apple Store. So find something that best suits you. But make sure that this video editing software or application has got good effects and transitions as well. Finally, always remember to leave a positive and good impression among your subscribers and viewers as well. They are your tool and asset to keep your figures rolling. Remember to be polite, respectful, professional, constructive, never be destructive, and optimistic. Always learn to take feedback positively, especially when you drop comments. And finally, always return the favor. Learn to say thank you for every comment posted to your content or video. So well guys, those are 10 tips and suggestions which I personally have observed and found to be 100% effective. And I guarantee that you will also have your figures rolling. So there you go guys. I hope you found this video so helpful and beneficial. If you did so, just please click the thumbs up icon below and subscribe to this channel, MIcaKEs and more, if you haven't yet. And always remember to click the tiny notification bell on so you are updated to my latest videos. I'd love to hear from you. Please drop a comment below and expect me to get back to you the soonest. Once again, thank you for joining me, and I'm looking forward to catch you in my next video. Have a great day ahead, all the best, and may God bless you. Goodbye!